I am California of the past.
I am California of the past.
I
I am California of the past.
Hello, I'm Joan DiStefano. I'm a glass artist. My studio name is DiStefano Studio, located in Oakland, California. I pretty much do liturgical work, restoration, conservation work for churches here and abroad. I did conservation work on the windows for the First Presbyterian Church. Designed their exterior glass, got an award. St. Joseph's Church, I designed a custom design for their church and restored what was broken in their grotto. Also the Methodist Church, I repainted and restored the roof window. The Congregational Church, I did restorative painting on the angel and the window of Jesus. Temple Beth Abraham, I did the Star of David doors for them. I've also done the two windows of the ondo of the Alameda Buddhist Church and worked for Crystal and John Claude and installed 112 gates with a team of people at Columbus Circle. I guess I have kind of an ecumenical way that I see all paths as all the faces of God. In June of 2006, I went to a stained glass conference in Louisville, Kentucky, and while I was there, I knew that Thomas Merton had been buried somewhere in Kentucky, and found that it was the Abbey of Gethsemane. And I asked if I could come down and take a picture of his grave. And the monk on the phone told me I could come for 5 days, so I went down there and saw Thomas Merton's grave. But on my second day there, on my little walk, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed something sparkling. And I thought, God, when I looked in that direction, it looked like a stained glass window. And I went over and I could not believe it, but here, through the windows of this old beat-up building, were stacks and stacks of stained glass windows all heaped up. It was like 2 stories worth of them. As a glass artist and a conservationist, I was so shocked, I was just beside myself. So I went off and I had a little appointment with Father Damien, the abbot at the time, and he said I was welcome to take care of them, put them back together again, fix them, whatever. They're 110 years old, hand-painted Meyer Munich windows, and I'm happy to say that many have now been restored, and they're beautiful. And I've chronicled my journey with these windows through pictures and writing, and couldn't help but think of the meditative quality of like these giant picture puzzles, holding them up to the light, cleaning them off, and getting glimpses of faces or flowers or scenes or a saint, and thinking in terms of my own life and the fragments of my own life, and where I've come from, and my mistakes, and my good choices, and my bad choices. And when you're putting a window together, it becomes that too. You've got all these little pieces on a light table, and you think something fits, and then you tape it together, and then you tape a few more pieces together, and all of a sudden you realize that what you thought you were onto was a mistake, and that they don't fit together. So the more I worked on these glass, I would think, that's me. That's my life too, my own journey. I going in one direction, I think I'm on to something, and it wasn't the way that it was meant to be going, and I pull it all apart and I start out on my journey again. And these windows have kind of like taught me that. I have a 15-minute walk down the road on the property, past the cornfields and past a couple of small lakes, to work in a building that looks out onto a pasture with cows and sheep and dogs and horses. And it's kind of funny where God will put you in your life, and you wonder about, what are the things that are really going on below the surface. So it's been a wonderful experience for me. I really enjoy my work. I love being able to be part of a church's history. I feel what I do is being of service to others and being of service to that community. I find that working for all these different churches and all the different faith traditions gives me a greater appreciation for what wonderful things there are to be gained from different points of view, and that we are all one family. And the only way we can survive is to try to see the best of each, and to not look for our differences, but to embrace that we are all one huge family. So that's pretty much it for me.